everybody, what's going on? Welcome to an all-new Crossin Streams. As always, I am your host, the real Geno Reynolds, and today we're going to be talking about Season 2 of The Dragon Prince, which honestly, I didn't even know was coming out. It just popped up. I'm like, oh, hey, I guess I got something else I need to watch. What this season persists of, if you haven't caught up on Season 1, you can check out my review of Season 1, and then also I just suggest that if you liked shows like Avatar, especially if you liked Avatar, you should watch this show. Where Avatar was to magic and martial arts, this show is to magic and the fantasy realm. And it's a really cool show. Where we last left off, our heroes were they were taking the dragon egg that they thought was long gone, trying to take it back to its parent. And at the end of the season, the egg hatches. And so now they got a little baby dragon, which kind of acts like a little dog. So they're trying to still take the dragon back to its parents in Zadia, which is the magical land to the east, whereas the human lands are to the west, and they've been long split by war and everything else. So they're on their mission. So that's where those characters are. The villain of the show, Viren, is trying to get all the human kingdoms to band together to attack the East, because he wants the power from the East, because with dark magic, you can take magic from magical creatures, which is everything to the East, and turn it into magic, where humans are not supposed to be able to do magic unless they do it this way. So he's up to that. His kids are trying to track down our main group and bring them back home, even though one of the kids has a secret mission that he's supposed to eliminate the princes. So that's where we're left off. Where the story goes from here, each character gets their own little arc going on. When it comes to Rayla, the Moonshadow Elf assassin, or would-be assassin, she hasn't killed anybody yet, so technically she's not an assassin. Her thing is trying to get Callum, especially the older brother of the two princes, she's trying to get him to be a little more cautious of his childhood friends, because she don't trust them. And turns out she's right, because as we know, they're on a mission to bring them back, and one of them's on a mission to kill. So that's her thing, trying to get them to trust him, and also her relationship with the brothers grows a lot in this season. Callum definitely has probably the best arc of the season. He's still my favorite character when it comes to the main characters. His mission is, now that he doesn't have the relic to he had to break this relic that was allowing him to cast magic as a human. So he had to break it at the end of Season 1, so now he can't cast magic. He wants to learn magic so bad, he's trying to figure out ways for him as a human to pull the power from himself like magical creatures do, to be able to cast magic. And a lot of his arc is he's being tempted to take the easy route and start to learn dark magic like his childhood friend and her father do. And there's a lot of temptation there, and it leads to probably the best episode, where he faces off with what could be. And that was really cool. When it comes to Ezrin, his character is trying to teach the dragon how to fly, because, well, the dragon should be learning from its parent, and he's trying to substitute for that. And we learn that him and the dragon, whereas Ezrin can talk to all animals, and that's like his special gift, he has a special connection with the dragon, and you start to realize that when they're both sleeping and they're both doing the same movements, whether it be rubbing they're each rubbing their nose or rolling over or whatever. You find out that they have a special connection, and that's kind of cool. So there's their arcs. Now, when it comes to Viren, in the first season, he has this mirror, and he knows there's something about this mirror. There's something magical, but he can't figure it out. Well, he finally figures out what the mirror is in this season, and who is behind the mirror. Could there be somebody worse than Viren? Well, you have to watch the season to find out. I will say this, and I know I just teased you, and now I'm probably going to kind of spoil it, but the person in the mirror is played by someone I was very excited to find out it was them. The person in the mirror is played by Eric Dellums, who is one of the biggest villains in one of my favorite TV shows, Homicide: Life on the Street. He played like one of the big time villains throughout the whole series, called Luther Mahoney. So hearing that he's playing the person behind the mirror, I was quite excited. And I'm quite excited for the future of that story. When it comes to Viren's kids, we learn a lot about them, where the Soren's mission does come out that he is supposed to try to have the princes have an accident. That finally comes out, and he without spoiling it, he does something that causes a lot of harm to a lot of people, and he pays the price for it. I'm not saying he dies. I'm just saying he pays the price for it, and you'll see what happens when you watch this season. And again, you should. When it comes to his sister, she's got a real tricky arc, because there's times where you don't trust her, and then there's times you want to trust her. Even though I think a lot of what she's doing is what she thinks is the greater good. She still trusts her father, and I think when she finally learns the truth about her father, she's going to be able to be one of those turnaround characters. She's going to have a redemption arc. But until then, we learn that she's willing to do just about anything if she thinks it's right. She does something pretty bad at the end of the season to save somebody, and you would think that she would have a line, and you think she's crossing this line, and she crosses a line that you didn't think she would cross, but she didn't seem to have too much of a problem doing so. She's going to have a very interesting arc if they do decide to continue the series, and again, they should. The same as the first season, the animation's still fantastic. Again, very reminiscent of Avatar and Korra. And again, if you love those shows, you should definitely check out this season. I don't want to spoil too much more about the season. If you have not watched season 1 or this season, you definitely should. The show only gets better. You only get more connected to the characters. There's just so much about this series I love. You learn a lot about what happened to the prince's mom. You learn about the connections to the other kingdoms. So there's so much to enjoy in this series. And if you have not seen it, and again, if you miss shows like Avatar and Korra, you should definitely check it out. That's going to be all for this edition of Crossin Streams. If you like what you've heard here, please subscribe to the Real Geno YouTube channel, like this video, and if you have anything to say about this series, please feel free to leave a comment in the section below. Until next time, I'm your host, the Real Geno, Geno Reynolds. See you later.